The numbers. Now word.
From Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Have fun out there.
This is the best time of the year. Killing them. Man, scoreboard watching. 6-point game. Keon Brooks splits a pair. 2 minutes gone by. Backdoor run. Inside out. The shooters run off the line. Mid-range.
And again, that all started with Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler on the same side of the floor.
Post off the bench. He's got 10 points now what that makes. So double figures for the young man. Rookie, second-round pick out of Boston College. And belongs to the Pels on the deflection.
And he's different than any center that they've had in Golden State during their dynasty. Right? They've never had a stretch five. Whether it's Looney or who are the other centers that they've had, Joe? The bigger guys, slower guys.
Yeah, well, you know,
Andrew Bogut, those kind of guys, yeah.
That are post guys, inside guys, not outside guys.
That they played through on the post with.
Right. It reminds me of Jay Huff, who comes off the bench.
For Memphis.
You got it. He reminds me of Jay Huff because he's got a good stroke, and he knows how to play.
Yeah, Festus Ezeli.
Yep. There you go. Post again on cue.
Yeah.
He's hitting threes.
Different.
And they now have their largest lead of the game, up by 11.
And it's amazing when you have a player that gives a team something that they've never had.
Yeah, and we see Festus Ezeli because he's doing some things with the Warriors when we're out there. Antonio Reeves, good reverse. Protected it beautifully after Buddy Hield ran him off the line. Back to a 9-point game. A lot of time left. Inside of 9 to play. And they're doing it without Curry.
Yeah, you got to put some stops together.
Butler on the drive for Green's three. Jose picks it up. Hawks about to check back into the game. Kelly Olynyk, deep three. Tough. And you got to get back. Jimmy Butler will. And he's going to the line of the foul. Boy, smart play, Draymond Green.
Now I just got him coming in. JaVale McGee, Zaza Pachulia, all of these guys.
An 11-point game.
We'll see what this next 8 minutes and 15 seconds looks like.
Yep, she forced the miss. So an 11-point game with 8 to play.
It's a double-double for Eve Misi as well.
Yep. It's his 12th of the year to lead all rookies. Now the back door. Eve up against Quentin Post and held by Post before the shot. But the aggressiveness now that he's getting to go to the rack.
Joe, we have said this all year. When you get the ball that deep, most times, that's the best opportunity and best look that you're going to get on any offensive possession. You got a 7-footer and 3 feet from the rim, I'm going to live with the attempt.
Well, you know, you look at a 7-footer that's 250, and then you had that tight shot, and he looks really young in the face. Quentin Post is playing well for them.
Short shot clock here.
Real short. Kelly Olynyk over the top to Eve, who's being held by Post. Good release.
Jerk.
Look at him. He's got a baby face. He looks like Varejao. He's got to go to the Cavs then, doesn't he?
It's the hair.
He's got to go to the Cavs.
It's the hair.
Play for the Cavs. 7:45 left in the contest.
Again, you got another short shot clock.
Yep. He's going up, and it's blocked by Draymond Green. Kelly Olynyk. Will they get to the rim? No. Steph Curry never got there, so it was a turnover. Shot clock violation. And they've cleaned up on their turnovers, too.
Right. That's when they're really hard to beat, Joe.
Right, when they don't give it away.
When they don't give it away. Because they're so good offensively with body movement, man movement, and simple understanding of each other.
Now Jimmy Butler in his range. But boy, that's flat.
Very much so.
Yeah, flat shot for Jimmy Butler. They hit the lip. They've got 9 of the clock. Guess what? Going to the right guy. They got the switch. Drops it. And going to the free throw line, looking for a 4-point play. They call the touch on Antonio Reeves. $7:12 left. Buddy Love told him to go deep into the playoffs when I talked to him before the game.
Yeah, he got him right across that arm.
Right before the release. continuation. Kuminga and Moody about to check into the game. And it's getting away with 7+ to play. He's back and rehabbing here in New Orleans, which is great news. Great to see her without the sling.
Yes. Yep.
DeJounte's back. Trey, we're thinking of you. Really need him. So complete and healthy for next season. On the take, Jose looks for the three-point play. Hawk, how about a three? Coming up short, and on the deflection off Eve. Hawk has Kelly. He'll take Eve, who got popped on the baseline. And the worst of it went to Kuminga.
Need a knee.
Yep, he went down.
And got up and got the steal.
Yep, poked it away from Kelly Olynyk. He's not slowing down, and he's going to the free
It's
throw
amazing
line.
how hurt guys are.
At the end of the road trip, they go to L.A. and they play the Lakers. So it's a 2-week road trip.
13 days.
And then, as there's 2 misses by Kuminga. You want to stick around? Miss free throws. And then, when they go home, they've got the Nuggets on the second of a back-to-back after they play the Lakers in L.A. So it gets easier. Man, interesting schedule. After 5 days in Miami and South Beach. Before this, Kelly Olynyk held by Kuminga.
Full of jump shots. Then he feels much better.
You think?
What the future looks like.
Right. 5:43 to play as Kelly Olynyk makes it an 11-point deficit.
But also, Joe, when you go into free agency this summer, you also know it's not a whole lot of options out there.
Right.
As far as teams that can actually pay you.
Yeah, the fortunate thing is we all found out 10%. It's going up the first apron, so it's going to be $195 million before you're a tax team. Not bad. It'll be Steph. What else is new?
No,
And they're waving it off and calling a foul on the floor first. In disbelief. We mentioned at the top of the telecast, any chance we get to see him, and especially in person.
You got to lock in on him. He does a great job at reading the room.
On the run.
That's exactly what I mean.
Right.
He's going to attack that rim.
And the loose stuff. It'll be ripped out by Santos. And they lose it? No. It'll be Moody.
Yep.
Wrong guy. Wrong guy. And a break. Out of bounds. It belongs to the Pels. So there is a God. 5:03 to play. In 11. This is fun. Friday night in the Big Easy. And it's early. The lob. Take it. Carlos got it, and he got shoved. He's looking around for, wait a minute, where's my whistle?
And I tell you what, that's another excellent delivery by Elfrid Payton.
Yeah.
He turns that corner. It's a 2-on-1. Throw it up to where only Carlo can go get it.
10 dimes in 19 minutes. Nice work if you can get it. Pels back to a single-digit depth. Curry. Nice pass.
Is there a better team in the league as
No.
far as ATO and execution are concerned?
Boy, they get it.
Maybe the
Steve
Boston
Kerr.
Celtics?
Yep. The lob, Carlo. Oh. It was maybe a little bit behind him. Not much, though. Good idea with 4:32 to play. Now Curry with Jimmy Butler. They don't have the shooter, the post in there. Curry is grabbed on his way. And that is
So it almost seems like throughout the course of the game, they're not coasting, but it feels like they're coasting.
strange. Last year they didn't go to the playoffs. The year before, in 2023, they lost in the second round. And they have been such a staple ever since they won that title with Steve Kerr. The last 11 years now with Steve Kerr. That it's strange when they're not there. So they're trying to get into the top 6, but the Clippers have something to say about it, and so does Minnesota. 10 on the clock. Hawk surprised by it. Up against Draymond. Tough shot.
I tell you what, what's very difficult to do is to put both Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler in the same action defensively. They're both really good defensively, so they can switch with each other.
Right. And there's the deflection. Looked like Green got a piece of it. Butler. Relocation for Steph Curry. And Bruce Brown is called for the nudge, so Jimmy Butler's going to the free throw line. So it's going to be
That your teammate's going to miss the shot, even if that teammate is
entertaining. A lot of pace to the race. Butler comes through. It's back to 13. Largest lead for the Warriors has been 15. Golden State trying to go 11 over 500. Jose. Deep into the clock. You got the switch. Little step through with the left hand. Won't go. Polina kept it alive, and then Draymond Green grabbed him. And he's done.
How many times I've heard somebody say, you know what, if Draymond Green was drafted by fill in the blank, he would have the career that he had. And the question I combat that with is, if Draymond Green's not in Golden State, how many championships do they have?
Right. He completes the package.
Yes, he does.
You got Klay Thompson and Steph, but the chemistry.
It does not work without Draymond Green. It doesn't. On both sides of the basketball.
Yeah, they're big three. It is truly strange, though, not to see Klay Thompson out there. Yeah, he got rewarded. He got a great contract, 3 years in Dallas. But he wants to be in the postseason and deep into the postseason. Curry, speaking of deep, and that's what Looney does really well for them. Second chance. Jimmy Butler up against Bruce Brown. Man, he gets the foul, but it's almost like he took an extra step after he established the pivot foot. And Philadelphia, how many guys one night? They had, what, 11 out? 12 out? Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. 34-16 second chance points, Golden State. So they did what they had to do on the boards, even though the boards were even at 45 apiece. They capitalized. Now Bruce Brown with 2.5 left. A little bit short on the window. And a tough angle. It's a big win for Golden State. As you heard Steve Kerr earlier tonight say, last 2 games they did not play well. They've lost them both. Sharing it. So does Steph Curry. And the triple for Buddy Hield.
To me, he's their X factor.
If he's hot.
Yeah, he's their X factor.
Right. If he gets hot, it's like a puncher's chance.
Yeah, but the thing is, yeah, because you're missing the floor spacing of Klay Thompson. But Buddy Hield has the skill set to be able to do some similar things.
He's streaky. There is no question as Alfred can't get it. Inside of 2 to play. In a 16-point lead, the biggest of the night now for Golden State. Podziemski with a nice pivot and spin. Carlo gets it out. No more whistles, guys. Keon Brooks on the finger roll. Playoff hockey. Oh, that's basketball. I forgot. 14-point game. I'd lose one. Their 8th straight last night, by the way.
I was just going to ask how the Blues were doing.
Yep. 8th straight.
It really wasn't, Joe.
Yep. And in now the wild card in the Western Conference. I'll be headed to St. Louis for some playoffs, I hope. Minute 15 to play. Buddy Love. 6th overall by the Pels. Before he went the DeMarcus Cousins deal. 8 on the clock for Steph. You knew what he was going to do. You knew he was going to shoot. And you couldn't do anything about it.
I'll tell you, Jimmy Butler has done a great job at getting inside post position all night. Literally all night. If that ball bounces off, Jimmy Butler has done a great job at doing his work early and carving out space and giving his team second and third opportunity.
Yeah, Jimmy's got a double-double. That was his 10th board. 18 points, 10 boards, 4 dimes, and a timeout. Not a typical Steph Curry kind of night, is it?
No, not at all.
7 of 21 overall. Bruce strong on the 3, and out of bounds it goes. So the Warriors cleared the bench. Kevin Knox has just checked into the game.
Cam Spencer.
Yep, Spencer as well. Northwestern Wildcats with basketball. Inside of 10 of the clock. Post did a good job for them. And how about a jump ball? Who are you taking here?
I'm going to go with the 7-footer.
7-footer?
I'm going to go with the 7-footer.
And at the shot clock. And loose ball foul. That's what we need with 9/10 of a second on the shot clock.
Okay.
8.4 to play.
Joel, I asked you in the first half, have you ever seen...
Talk about the UCLA Bruins that way, by the way. He's done a great job, Looney, for them. And he knows his role. And by the way, he fits in the cap as well. Get it across the line. It is all over. And Willie Green was there. old friend Steve Kerr. And don't forget about Jaron Collins, one